to get started, folks.
Washington's 106.7 WJFK. Here starts Ron and Fez.
Okay, good. You're in for that, right?
Ron and Fez.
Funny, I think I may have just had one of the most uncomfortable moments of my life. What happened during the commercial break? You wouldn't think things could change in just a few short minutes. As soon as we were done and went into the commercials, I really had to go. So I headed to the men's room, right? As I'm coming out of the studio and I'm headed towards the hallway to get to the men's room, Big Billy Staples comes saddling right up to me, and I can tell he's headed the same direction. He actually says to me, "This is great being here in the CBS building where we have the studio now, because now there's more than one urinal." He goes, "Now we can go to the bathroom together." Back at the NEW studio, there was one bathroom. There was one toilet.
I don't even understand this story, Fez, because I went to the bathroom. He walked in with me.
Oh, that's because I made him wait. You know, Ronnie, that I'm pee shy. And actually saddles right up next to me and says, "This is great. Now we can go to the bathroom together. Now we can share it."
And you said you can't go?
I told him, "No, you can't go." I go, "You wait outside, and I'll let you know when I'm done. I'll come back and get you." Then when I came back here, you were already headed out, and he followed you right in. He's trying to see our dates.
No, here's the weird thing. When I went in there, Billy went and used the stall like a girl. Or maybe he was thinking, I don't want that uncomfortable moment again, and I have to go. And if Ron happens to be pee shy, he'll send me out, too.
Yeah, he really had to go, and so that way he's trying to just do it as discreetly as possible. I think he wants to see our dinks.
Do you not use the urinals?
I use the urinal, when I'm by myself.
But what if, you're at a ball game? Are you one of those guys who pushes right up against it?
I have to anyway.
I see those guys. They'll look like they're rubbing it on the back of the urinal. Can you go if somebody's next to you?
All right, if I really, really, really have to go,
well, let's just
then I can do it.
Let's say a normal time that you're off to use the restroom.
And if I go, let's say I'm just a movie theater or something, and I just normally have to go in. No, it won't work.
So do you try to use the stall like a girl?
A lot of times it won't even work in the stall.
Because there's people in the same room.
Yeah, because there's people in the room.
Now, what is your fear with that? Is your fear they're going to grab it, or is it your concentration is off?
I think it's more the concentration. I know I'm not going to get grabbed. I know I'm not going to get groped in the men's room.
Do you remember this urban myth?
Till now with Billy.
Do you ever remember this urban myth? A man went by and was just slicing people with a razor. I remember that story from when I was a kid.
Now I'm just holding it.
I bring Billy in.
So, yeah, it just doesn't work. It's like there's a valve somewhere that gets shut off when people are around. I'm pee shy. And I don't know, it's just a mental thing, I guess. Or a bladder thing.
All right, Billy, did you feel bad that you made Fuzzy pee shy?
No, real men pee together. You go to a Bucks game, you go to a baseball game, a football game or something.
Now he goes to Bucks games. You've never even been to Florida, you idiot.
No, speaking about Fez.
Fezzy, you're going to like this.
All right,
when I was in the restroom with it, for whatever reason, you were using the stall.
Well, yeah, because I was afraid to go in the bathroom with one of you guys. Now, because Rory's screaming at me, going, "Don't go in the bathroom when Ron and Fez are going to the bathroom."
But you did go in with me. All right, so this was him. So just so you know what you missed. And I had to yell at him. This is so odd that this all happened. So it's like, He makes that noise like he's dropping mud or something, but he was just going number one.
What, do you got a prostate problem?
No, I didn't even realize I was doing it. I just really had to go.
And he does the same thing when he eats food or when he uses the urinal.
Well, I enjoy my food, and when you really have to go, when you have to go, it's a pleasant feeling when you finally release.
I know, but don't moan next to another man under any circumstances.
I didn't know you were in. I didn't know there was another man in there.
No, I was in there.
You followed him right in.
I was in there first.
You tried to do it to me because you want to see our dinks.
I don't want to see your dinks.
Well, Billy's using the bathroom.
How do you, when you go to a game, what do you do?
The only way I can use a public restroom, and use the urinal is I make myself wait till there's no other choice. I mean...
So you have to go so bad.
I have to go so bad, and then when I am, using the urinal and there's other people around, you know what I have to do? I have to, get in my leak mind. I have to stop and think about everything I've drank. I had a couple of beers. I had like 2 waters. I have to start thinking. I have to convince myself that I really have to go to the bathroom bad.
All right, so when we're at a football game, you're one of those guys when you're in the annoying line that you're going, what is wrong with this guy when he's standing and it takes him so long?
It usually doesn't take me too long. If it's not working, I'm just going to abandon all hope and try later.
He punches out.
I will. I'll abort the mission.
You can always tell the guys who can't go, too, like their head's back, and they're hugging the urinal, and they're like, oh, please.
I'll abort the mission.
All right, let me check with Rory. Rory, do you have any pee shyness?
I don't really have pee shyness, no, unless I'm, like, out in the middle and people looking right at me, like if I'm...
Like pulling off the road or something?
Yeah, and there's people looking at me.
No.
You can't go next to the highway?
No, I couldn't do that.
What about the sink, like at a hockey game or something?
What do you think?
What are you, an animal?
You know he can't use the sink.
Oh, because that's...
I can barely use the urinal.
Well, sinks come in handy sometimes. It's private. No one expects you to do it, and you got the mirror in front of you, too, so you can just make sure you're doing what you have to do.
I don't need lessons from you on how to use a restroom. And thank you, Spanky.
Let me check with some of the other guys. I'm sure Mikey D doesn't have a problem.
Oh, he'll whip it out right in here.
I think Wonder Boy does, and I don't know about the Hawk. I would guess that the Hawk might.
I would definitely label the Hawk as being pee shy without even knowing him, without even knowing the answer.
Pee shy or not, Mikey?
I'm not pee shy, but I don't like the urinals because of the splashing.
Right, so you use the girls' toilet.
That's what I usually do. If I have to...
Stand back a little bit so there's not that splash.
I do, but still...
I'm humping it.
You never know who's there before you, if they flushed or not, and what's splashing all over the place.
I just assume they haven't.
That's what I assume.
I think you're thinking about it too much.
And I try to even flush the urinal with my foot. And then I fall on my back.
I know you can't do that. With those short trunks that you call legs.
I used to be a rockette.
All right, let me check with the Hawk. 866-277-4969. We're talking about pee shyness. Do you get it? Do you know somebody with it?
Can you help me with it?
I get weirded out when I have friends and they go off to use the girls' stall.
If there are people that are pee shy, I'll tell you what. Just use that thing I do. It really helps a lot. Just think about how much liquid you've taken in. And trust me, I take in a lot of fluids. Damn it.
Isolate that. Don't. Hawk?
Yeah.
Pee shy?
Oh, yes.
Yeah, we thought so.
Yeah, you seen the type.
Hawk, of course, our producer, and he's a kind of a shy Arab boy.
Yeah, definitely unless I'm drinking. Then I could go anywhere. I could just go like right now. But
yeah, don't.
When I'm not drinking, I can't.
So you have to be drunk to use a public restroom.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Which, fortunately, you've done a lot of drinking, that's when you would have to use it.
Well, I mean, that's only one of the occasions. There's plenty of times when you're not drunk.
Yeah, no.
What are you worried about, Hawk?
I have low self-esteem. Yeah, I don't want.
You have a small dick?
I have low self-esteem.
Yeah, I think people judge in there. I don't want to be judged. I've got too much stress.
I don't know why you have low self-esteem. You just got introduced as the pee shy little Arab boy.
All right, let me explain something to you, Hawk.
Yep.
The rest of us that are using public restrooms, we're not interested to the dink to our right, to the dink to our left. No one cares.
Isn't that a Jimmy Buffett song?
I don't know. I think it was Finn's.
Oh.
All right, here's Steve. Steve, you're on the air.
Steve.
Hey guys, how are you?
Good.
I'm just curious, what is there to be shy about? Everybody's in there to pee.
Right.
That's a natural thing. Is it a feeling of inadequacy or what?
See, I think the word shy is throwing people off. It's not like a personal shyness, but right. It's like a physiological, it's a biological shyness. It just won't work. Trust me. If it was a shyness, I wouldn't even go in there and try.
Call it whatever you want. It's still psychological. It's definitely not biology because you're even saying your mind is involved.
All right, but it's not a shyness in the thought of, like, inadequacy, where, like, I don't feel like I'm good enough to do this in here, or people are going to look at mine. That's
Hawk's thing, so that's, yours is more, I can't do it right. I can't be a good peer. I think that's your thing.
Hawk, let me ask you this. Like, if you were at the beach, could you do it out in the ocean?
Oh, yeah. I went down to Jamaica about a year ago, and I just had people bringing me drinks and beers, and I would just drink it in one end and go out the other. But again, that's the drinking.
Which end did you use for the drinking part?
It was
Idiot, he got it mixed up.
It's long and thin like a straw, so it's so confusing for him. All right, here is...
He's sweating in here. He's so pea-shy.
He's not only pea-shy, he's radio-shy.
And it's like 50 degrees in this room.
You work at a radio station all the time, and you're nervous anytime it's time to talk. All right, here's Dave. You're on with Ron Fez and Pea-Shy Hawk.
Hey, what's up, guys?
Hey, buddy.
Hey, I got the same problem, man. I go out to a bar and forget about it. There's somebody in there. You know, same thing. I got to wait until I have to go to my pants, so I'll even try it.
You know, that's a good point, because what I'll do is when I'm out and I start to feel the urge, when I know I'm going to eventually have to go,
right,
I'll actually start scouting the bathroom door to see who's gone in and who's coming out, and I'll think,
what the F is wrong with you?
And I'll wait till someone else, and I'll see like 3 people go in, and I'll wait till I see those 3 people come out without anyone else going in, so I know it's all clear.
Exactly.
All right, here's the thing, Fez. That goes to show you how psychological it is. It's taking up time. This is another thing you need to see a shrink for.
Oh, it's a total... if I go in the bathroom, I see a shrink.
All right, see, now that is shy. That's your shyness. You and Hawk, don't worry about your little dinks. It's just like it's a faucet. It's not a sexual tool in there.
I wish it would be a faucet.
Just drip. You got the drip. What is it, Hawk?
I need a new washer.
I think it's like an evolutionary thing. When we were all evolving down from the jungle and in the desert and everything.
Don't be racist.
Well, the thing is, you don't poop where you sleep and eat and all that stuff.
Where?
And you need space. You need to be away from people.
Billy doesn't know where he lives.
All right, that's why we don't keep the toilet in the kitchen. We all agree with you, Hawk. You moron. It's a separate area. And you know what?
Then I'm going in the wrong room.
And, you know, even like...
I crapped in the microwave the other night.
Animals are not going to drop mud where their fresh water is or their food supply. They move away.
But I think it's also the crowding of most...
The guy could just sit there and whiz comfortably.
No.
So it has nothing to do with crowding. Now you're making up things.
I hate it when you go into a bathroom and the line of urinals is there and they don't have the dividers.
Why?
That drives me nuts.
What about the one long trough?
The trough? No way. I've never used the trough. I don't think I ever could.
That trough, maybe it's why it never bothered me. That was at our elementary school, and they would send all the kids at the same time. And what we would do is try to stand at one end of the trough and go until we could go over the top. And I never made it. I know this one kid who would hit the wall, and we'd all be busy. It was literally like sports to us.
The trough I can't use whatsoever. And then there's always that one low urinal. That's for, like, kids or short people or handicapped. I don't know what it's for.
It's for children. Not a handicapped guy. He's not going to sit in front of his chair.
You can sit in it.
Here is Robert. Robert, you're on Fez.
Hey, Robert, go ahead.
How you guys doing?
Yeah.
Good, buddy.
Hey, why don't you guys try, Fezzy, have you ever thought about trying to, baby steps? Pee in front of, like Ronnie would pee in front of his wife. Maybe you would pee in front of your boyfriend.
What does that even mean?
What he's saying is that way, if you go in front of someone that you know very well.
I don't want to go in front of someone I know very well.
Yeah.
I want to go in front of strangers.
Let me check with Roy. Have you ever known chicks that want to watch you do that?
Not that really want to watch me, but like in the same room, like it doesn't bother them and stuff.
I knew one that wanted to hold it.
Really?
And then sometimes she would stand behind me just to see what it would feel like, so she could pretend that was...
Feel the string?
Yeah. And then, believe me, do you make sure you go then. Then you feel like, okay, let me show you the hot man quiz. All right, here is Eric. Eric, you're on the Ron and Fez show, buddy.
Hey, Eric, go ahead, buddy.
What do you say, my man?
Yeah, it's super easy. All you have to do is flush the urinal before you go, and it'll get the water going.
Do you do that, Fez? You flush it first, or turn on the sink or something?
I flush it first, but not for that reason. Just I don't know who's used it first.
Right, you're not drinking out of there, though, right?
Yes, but I know, but I don't want any of someone else's residue splashing back up on me. And that's not a bad thing. That's hygienic.
That little mind of yours thinks of everything but business. It drives me insane what you waste your time on.
I'm a detail man when it comes to that.
So you don't? Can you use a urinal, Hawk?
No, I usually go in a stall. There's more privacy.
And then you can sit down and put your paper around it. Why don't you ask a girl to go with you?
No, I go to the men's room. That works for me, but I just have to be alone.
Get your mom
You need a changing room.
Get your mom to take you into her room.
No. She's, I don't think, actually, I had a problem with that as a kid. I used to have to go with my mother until an unusual old.
How old? That's okay, Hawk.
So your mom used to take you into the ladies' room with her?
Yep.
Up until what age?
Well, I was small as a kid, so I could get away with it, so probably about 8 or 9.
Wow. That's really old.
That is.
Yeah.
So maybe you were afraid of all the girls saying you're dink.
I think that might have something
I'd say, Fezzi, let's go back to prove you. This is a psychological problem, not the great evolutionary problem that Hawk tried to lay on us about where Buffalo would go. But the fact that your odd mom used to make you pull your dink out in front of all the other ladies. Your little dink.
Yeah, I kind of like the evolutionary theory, but then...
This makes 10 times more sense.
Now, did she make you pull down your nylons?
No, I didn't have nylons.
Did she dress you in a skirt?
No.
She always wanted a Hawkette.
You blame her?
Always pretty.
Here is Debbie. Debbie, you're on the radio.
Hey, Debbie.
Hello.
Hey.
What's going on, Deb?
Not much. I wanted to know about how Earl felt about it.
Oh, that good. That real good. I like that a lot.
Thank you, Earl.
Yeah. Thank you, Dad. I like some white ladies, Debbie.
Debbie, are you one of those girls who takes another woman to the toilet with you?
That's fine with me.
Because I see them get inside of little bathrooms together, like 3 of them,
no.
and they will all go.
See, that I don't understand whatsoever.
Not doing that.
Because I had to stop Billy from barging through the door with me. Now, if we were big fat women, I would have to go find him before I could go.
Maybe it's because theirs isn't on the outside. They're not feeling as judged as you and Hawk over here.
It's not peeking out. Little peepsters.
Is that the thing for you, Hawk? You don't want anybody to see the dink?
Yeah, that's it. I just don't want to be judged. I don't want people to... I don't want my unit to be in someone's mind.
Now...
You know that's not where you're supposed to put it, right?
And you don't...
Someone's head?
Well, you could.
Someone's mind and their brain?
Here, Hawk, what about your girlfriend? You don't want her to sit? You turn off all the lights first?
I close the door and I kick her out if she's in the bathroom while I'm...
Well, what about when you're sexually together?
He does the same thing. He kicks her out, closes the door.
Oh, yeah, definitely the lights off.
Is that right? You don't have sex with the lights on?
Yeah, I don't want to see all the liquids and all that stuff. I just don't want to be involved in that kind of...
What about if it's daytime?
They'll close the blinds or shut off the TV.
How many times a week
Wear dark glasses.
How many times a week do you have sex?
About 3 on a good week.
How long have you been with this girl?
About 4 years.
She's never seen it.
Let me ask you one more question, Forrest Gump.
Her name's Janny.
How long does it last?
Oh, no, I'm good in that area.
Sure, because you're afraid of the liquids. You hold off as long as you can.
Yeah, if the lights came on, I'd have to just finish it and... just had to end it.
That's the
Someone's
strangest...
in here, and I mean the girl.
God, what a bunch of wackadoos we work with. So strange. 866-277-4969. Write that number down. 866-277-4969. Here's Tony. Tony, you're on the air with Ron and Fez.
Hey, Tony.
Yeah, Fez.
Yes.
Let's say you were at... Oh, no. Hey, Ron. Remember in the... both of you. You know, when you were in elementary school and you used to have the nastiest toilets, but then that day, the cafeteria wanted to serve sloppy joes or something clog your stomach up, and then right after lunch period, you'd have to go use the bathroom, but you didn't want to sit down on the toilet because you didn't know where the nasty heifer that just got off of there has been.
What are you talking about?
I'm black. You wouldn't understand me. Do I need to explain it again?
No, I think it's plenty. Thanks a lot. We're all agreeing with you. Wow, Hawk, you suddenly look like the brainiac of the group. You're suddenly the smart guy.
But mudding is absolutely out of the question.
You don't mud?
No.
Ever?
No, unless, some sort of illness takes me over. Like in school, never. I always waited till I got home.
So what happens when you travel?
Never in a public place. Wait till I get to the hotel.
Or let's say you're on a car trip. You're going to drop mud.
I will wait.
You'll just hold it in?
Yes.
I'll go in a rusty bucket on a blue line at a hockey game. I don't care.
That's why you're my hero.
But you know, that's poison. That's toxic.
I know, but I can't do it.
What are you afraid everyone's going to see your ace? You're fine, Fezzy. Nick, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, Nick.
Hey, Ron.
Yeah.
Hey, back in '80, when I joined the Army,
Mm-hmm.
we had commodes we had to share, no walls, no stalls, and you had to pass the roll back and forth, too.
See, that's just a nightmare. That's something that would have me waking up in the middle of the night screaming, thinking about that.
That's the only thing that keeps Fez from getting drafted. It's not so much the blood and guts.
Some people had flat feet. I have flat ass.
It's the mud and butts that freaks him out.
Not the blood and guts.
Here's Thomas, you're on a Fez.
Hey, what's up?
Hey, Thomas.
Just saying, are you guys, Fuzz scared to take like a...
No, I don't think I would ever drop mud at a friend's house. I don't think they'd be friends with me anymore.
What if you went there for the weekend? Haven't you ever stayed at a friend's house for the weekend?
Yeah, then you have to do it, yes. But not just, staying, visiting.
Yeah.
No, if I go over to someone's house for a party, forget about it. But then, again, I'll wait till the opportune time, like when everyone's asleep.
And then you're just in there so silently. Dean, you're on the air.
Buddays.
Dean.
What's up, man? Welcome to D.C.
Thank you, my friend. It's great to be here.
Hey, first of all, I got to agree with this, man. I cannot go in public places either.
It's awful. It's a nightmare.
Oh, dude, I used to work for an audiovisual company, so I worked in, like, hotels and convention centers. I made it a point to go find the bathroom that was furthest away from everybody.
Yeah, I'll do that. I'll do that.
You know what I'm saying?
That's so funny. So you guys will actually, when you get somewhere, go looking for an out-of-the-way bathroom that maybe only the maids would use.
Right, yeah, if you're in a hotel, I don't want to use that bathroom. That's the lobby. That's where everyone's headed.
Oh, it's disgusting. You got to look for the handicap bathrooms.
I have to anyway.
How about on a plane, Fez?
On a plane? Hold it.
On a plane? Yeah, I'll go on a plane. I'll use a leak on a plane. I can't mud.
You can't drop a rock in the blue water?
No.
All right, see you later.
All right, you guys.
Wow, you guys weird me out. How about you with the dropping mud, Hawk?
No way. I've only done it in public 3 times in my entire life. Once in elementary school.
On the football field.
He remembers.
On the playground.
He remembers when he has had to drop mud in his life. He can remember each case.
All right, what were the other 2? Once in elementary school.
Once in high school and once in college. And that's it. It's too traumatic. And only because I was violently ill. I had some weird kind of bug. Otherwise, no way.
Did you cry while you were doing it? I'm so ashamed.
Dirty Hawk.
My ass is dropping. I'm so ashamed.
In elementary school,
filthy.
I was crying a lot. Yeah. Because I didn't know what was happening. I thought, I didn't realize.
I didn't know what was happening. My body's changing.
No,
Let me guess. You never had the nickname Ace even once in your life.
I'm growing a brown arm. My body's mutating. What's going on?
I'm growing a brown arm.
I'd never been that sick in elementary school. That was my first.
How old were you then?
Probably about
30.
3rd or 4th grade.
Were you able to wipe yourself?
Yeah.
So what happens when you're out and about somewhere?
I've never had to.
Save it for home?
Yeah.
Can you go in a hotel?
Nope. No.
Not even in a hotel?
I can't go when I'm traveling. When I went into Jamaica, like for a week last year, I couldn't do it. Yeah, for a week.
A week?
Yep.
You held it for a week? That's impossible.
No, it's not.
That can't be done.
I definitely don't think it's impossible, but it is unhealthy.
Oh, yeah, I know it's unhealthy. I just couldn't help it.
I mean, when you get...
by like that Thursday, did you really feel like you had to go and held it for 4 more days?
Yeah, how could you get it out?
Oh, that's a whole other story, but it was really...
In our next hour...
Then he has to spend the next 3 days. I can't come back to work. I was away for a week. All right, you're going away with your chick to Delaware, right?
Yep, yeah.
And you won't go the whole time?
No, not at all.
Now, you planning on that now? You're already planning it yourself, or you're nervous about it? What if I have to go?
Yeah, like tonight I'll drink like 3 or 4 Guinnesses, and that'll help me.
You'll clean it like David Blaine.
You clean it all out before you go on your road trip.
Yeah, and then I'll be set easily. 4 days is nothing. I'm trained myself.
Really?
Yeah.
See, I always end up having to go, just out of necessity. I get to that breaking point where I can stand no more.
All right, maybe we can find somebody with a medical background to talk to Hawk here. Here's our phone numbers, 866-277-4969, 866-277-4969. He has trained himself where you can go up to a week without using the toilet.
Yep, yeah.
That totally weirds me out.
Yeah, I've done it in the past. It's hard to do, but if you just prepare yourself and plan it out, it's doable.
No wonder you hate to travel. Now, is that why you got the weekend home for yourself instead of traveling around?
Pretty much.
Can you go there?
Yeah,
because that's yours.
Yeah, that's mine.
That's
Hockey's potty.
No, I have my own bathroom.
He makes the chick stand outside in the Poconos.
All right, we got to take a break, but Hawk, you are a fascinating, strange person. So we will come back to you. You can go as long as a week, and you will plan it because you're afraid, and I don't know why you're afraid, we'll come back to that, to have a bowel movement anywhere in public. And we're not saying in front of people, we're saying in a restroom.
In a hotel, he can't use it.
Yep.
He remembers the 3 awful times in his life. We'll be right back with more of this weirdness. It's the Ron and Fez Show. All right, let's pick it back up, Fez. We were talking with the Hawk, who was one of our producers, and Fez brings up the fact that he's pee shy. Fez himself, you have trouble using public urinals, stuff like that.
Right. If I'm going to use the public restroom, Ronnie, I've got to have it all to myself.
Right.
So I don't mind using the restroom here at the studios, but when Billy Staples tried to barge his way in there with me, that just can't happen. It just doesn't work for me.
All right, if you think you're a whack job, Fez, take a look at our Hawk, who has only used a restroom 3 times in his entire life and can remember each and every opportunity. Why do you think that is, Hawk?
I think because it's so traumatic for me, because it's not something I do every day, and it imprinted itself on me in elementary school when it upset me so much. I didn't know what was happening. I was violently ill, and then I've just went all the way to high school till I had to do it again, and once more in college, and that's my record, 3 so far.
3
public restroom muddings.
Yeah.
3 random muddings.
Have you ever went outside, like in the woods or anything?
No way. I was in the Boy Scouts once, and we went. I was a weeblo, and we were camping out.
What?
What's it called?
A weeblo?
I bet you did. Now, thanks. Now, what happened? You're a weeblo.
And we're all camping out, and everyone, I guess it was a big joke about everyone. They were all going together at the same time, and it's funny. It was just one particular day. Everyone went, I was like, I can't go, and everyone was taunting me and making fun of me. But that's just the way I am. It's just too traumatic. Only if I'm violently sick.
All right, let me ask you this. Just in your regular home life, do you go every day? Do you mud every day?
Yep. Yeah.
Then quickly into the shower afterwards, crying?
Doesn't everyone? I mean, I just need my space.
All right, I understand. All right, here is Rick. Rick, you're on the Ron and Fez Show.
Hey, Rick.
Hey, Ronnie and the Fester. How
hey,
you
my
doing?
body.
Hey, listen, I was listening to this. This is bizarre. He's got to get himself checked out and do things right in the Army. You know, you got to eat MREs out in the field, and that clogs you for a couple days, and then once the genie's out, everything's okay. You just got to make sure you find that right tree to start your business back up.
See, what would happen if you were in the Army, Hawk? Or what if you had any kind of job where you had to travel?
He'd be our most lethal weapon.
Here's what's the weirdest thing. You can't even use a hotel?
No.
No, you're alone there. Nobody's going to get you. What are you worried about?
It's too unfamiliar.
Ready to explode.
Yeah, and I just think there's mirrors in the bathrooms, too, in hotels. I just saw this report once that you're supposed to check the mirrors by putting your finger against it. If you don't see a reflection, I don't know. I just think I'm being videotaped.
That means you're a vampire.
Yeah. He just needs to fire up a hot shower, get all the mirrors steamed up, and then go ahead and, relax.
Thank you very much, Rick.
Yep.
So Hawk has taken this further with us, not just not using public restrooms. He says when he does travel, he can go up to, how long did you say, 4 or 5 days a week without mudding?
Over a week.
Easily 4 days, and a week is my record, yeah.
7 days.
Even though we've had plenty of fake doctors call, we were really looking for somebody that had some kind of background, some kind of medical background to explain to Hawk, this can't be good for you, Fez.
So let him know what it's doing to his system and how you're backing yourself up.
Well, the thing is, it always goes back to normal, so it can't be that bad. I mean, if I had continuing problems, but it's pretty much controllable. I can check when I go.
I know, but what happens when one day you go for without a week and you rupture something?
Yeah, you're filling up in there, and that stuff wants out for a reason.
Yeah, but nothing's happened so far. I mean, in my whole life, if something was going to happen, it would have by now. And so I think it's going to be okay.
What's going to happen is eventually you're going to blow, then you won't be able to do the tighten up anymore, and you're going to end up just something falling down your pant leg.
Like a fezzy hole from fooling around with that back there. That's for business. All right, here's the phone number. 866-277-4969. The phone number is 866-277-4969. Here's Randy. Randy, you're on the Ron and Fez show.
Hey, Randy.
Hey, no, it's Sean.
I'm sorry about that.
That's all right, man. Hey, listen, I had a problem when I was younger. I didn't want to do it just like your boy Mike. But you work in construction for a little while. You got the option of going into Don's John, Porto John. You're begging for a sleazy gas station to go into.
Yeah, that's true. Those things are hideous.
Hey, and I got a question for Mike. At 8 or 9 years old, his mom still wasn't wiping for him, was she?
All right, that's his name is Hawk.
Not Mike.
Hawk.
Did your mom wipe for you up to that age?
No, that I could handle on my own.
Even when she was still taking you into the ladies' room?
Yeah, I mean, she'd wait outside.
Why wouldn't... Yeah, what was the problem there?
I don't know. I think she was just overprotective, and I was a real nervous kid, so I think she just,
So she waited outside the stall, not outside the ladies' room.
What else were you nervous about?
Yeah, outside the stall. I don't know. I was just too much activity frightened me. If I was a loud room or anything like that,
I was scared.
Yeah, I was very sensitive, I think.
Pussy. Here's Eric.
Like it.
Eric, you're in the air.
Hey, how you guys doing?
Good.
Yeah, what Hawk is doing can technically, if he does it too much, cause I think it's called intestinal distension. Happened to my cousin.
Yeah.
Ooh, what's that?
All the muscles in the colon that help push all the poo out, they stop working because they get all stretched out.
Yeah, but in my whole life, wouldn't that have already happened? I mean,
well, you're not that old.
Yeah, but doing it for 29 years, something would have happened by now.
All right, yeah,
he
but
would never go in his diaper, Ronnie. He was too embarrassed.
You're not at the age where a lot of normal muscles start breaking down, but you're getting there very quickly.
Yeah, no, it depends.
Your hips are going to start getting brittle into old age. So's that colon.
You think it depends? Trust me, pal. You're going to be wearing Depends before you know it.
Yeah, it would have happened by now. I think I'm good. Nothing even remotely bad. You know how you get a little older and your muscles get a little looser, you gain weight a little easier. That's happening, but back there I'm okay.
Back there, I'm okay.
He just calls it back there.
See, he can't even acknowledge it, Ronnie.
Nah,
you're going to blow out your ass pipe. You know it and I know it.
Say it, ass pipe. He can't. 866-277-4969.
That's the phone number here. We're talking with the Hawk, and the Hawk has problems.
See, I can't imagine the horror you're going through after a week when you finally decide it's okay to go now.
Yeah, I mean, it's really bad then, but then a day or two later, you're fine, and you go back to normal. That's why I don't think
so.
It's
anytime you take a week vacation, then you've got 2 days of dealing with some kind of intestinal problem.
See, that's no vacation.
Yeah, it also depends on what I ate on that vacation. I'll purposely limit. I won't eat anything really fibrous, a lot of bread or anything like that, a lot of fruit or vegetables.
So he goes away on vacation to relax, but then has to eat a special diet.
He's in the tropics and won't eat any fruits.
Yeah, just like fast foods. A lot of
Oh, that's good for you. Yeah, burgers. That's good for you.
They always talked about, like those really super obese people like the Walter Hudson and them. They get to the point where they're so big. I don't know what the size has to do with it, but they end up just going once a month.
Well, Hawk is actually a very thin person.
Yeah.
That's the weird thing of this. Here is Aaron. Aaron, you're on Fez.
Hey, Aaron.
Hi, Ron. Hi, Fez.
Hey.
What's that?
Hey, about a month ago, I was doing some Christmas shopping with a friend, and the school nurse called her cell phone because Her son was in the nurse's office, and he refuses to go poo at school, so she had to go get him from school and take him home so he could go to the bathroom.
Oh, my gosh.
Why not just show up and smack him in the forehead?
That's what I would have done, but apparently this is not the first time that it happened either. So
That happened to me one time as a kid where my mother took us all to the beach.
Yeah.
And I had the mud and was complaining about it and refused to go in a public restroom or out in the water or do anything about it. And so we had to cut the beach trip short, and my brother and sister were furious with me.
I don't blame them at all.
I ruined the trip. I ruined the whole day at the beach. And trust me, Mother was not one to do fun things.
Yeah, that was the only trip. Now we can't go. Your brother won't use the restroom.
You know, that's true. She never took us again. We never went again.
You blame her? It was your fault. John, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hi, Ron and Fez.
Hey, buddy.
I got a story about why I can't go number 2 in a restroom. I can go number 1 just fine, but back in like 3rd grade or something, I was getting picked on or something, went in a stall, and I got pelted by wet napkins, so it's kind of been tough for me to go.
All right, but you know, adults don't do that to each other. It's a childhood trick.
He goes into a restroom, he can get pelted again.
I can go fine just now, you know.
Oh, I don't go to those restrooms. People pelt you.
Yeah.
Adults don't get pelted that often.
Yeah.
All right, thanks a lot.
All right, bye.
Thanks for the call.
Here's Frank, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, Frank, go ahead.
Hey, buddy.
Hey, buddy.
I've hypnotized people with problems like this. A lot of people have phobias. Men have a problem with penis size, and they can't go in front of other men to be judged. And you ask most people, the guys who can't go in front of other men have a problem with the size of their penis.
Does that bother you, Hawk?
By other men.
All right, thank you very much.
I think with the mudding, he has trouble with the size of his colon. He's shy.
Yeah, I don't want to be judged in any way. I don't want to make an impression on someone that they might think of me as the guy with the tiny one or the guy who makes a lot of noise in the bathroom. Yeah, I just don't want to be noticed in the bathroom or remembered in a...
I want you to go ahead and show yours to Rory and see if that helps you.
Oh, that won't help me. No way.
Rory, come in here and pull Hawk's pants down. And look at him. Look at him.
Hey,
ready
here's
to
Rory.
Get back out there.
He starts taking his headphones off.
Hawk, let me ask you this. With the trying not to go for a week, do you like load up on like the Imodium AD and stuff?
Nope. Just you could really manage it with diet.
You say it like it's a good thing.
Yeah, you don't have to use chemicals or drugs or any kind of like...
Like it's his diabetes or something, if you just control it.
It's managed through diet and plenty of rest.
You plan it all out. You take care of whatever you got to do before you go.
Don't run around too much.
You act like you're swimming underwater without a tank. There's places to use this restroom. You're in a hotel room. You paid for the toilet.
See, the hotel room is what amazes me, that you can't go when you are alone.
Let me ask you this. When you're let's say you're in Jamaica, you use the shower for the week?
Yeah, shower's no problem.
So you got no problem there.
You being naked there, right? Or in your trunks?
If you're worried about sanitary stuff, there's something going to jump on your ass in that shower.
It's not a sanitary thing. I just think it's something, like, I have to be in my own environment, my environment I'm familiar with.
Are you embarrassed of smelling up like the hotel room in front of your chick?
No.
Does she know you're like this?
Yeah. It was a real problem in the beginning of our relationship.
Really?
Yeah.
What would she say?
Yeah, what problems was it causing?
She just thought it was so weird and unusual, and I was going to get sick. And
is she home tonight?
Yeah, she should be.
Yeah, I'd like to talk to her about this if we could. Sure. Here is Greg.
Her name's Dove.
Greg, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, Greg.
Hey.
Yeah.
How you guys doing?
Good.
All right, I have a question for you, man. All right, say you're on your vacation. It's like your first day. You're like, oh, man, I got to go. So you hold it. Is it a constant thing? Do you constantly have to be aware of it? Or does it go away after a little bit and you can enjoy the rest of your time?
You know, that's a good question.
Hawk?
You're on Mud Talk.
Hawk?
No, I get used to it. You build up...
Pain? The cramping?
See, I would totally be cramping.
Yeah.
And I would be so full of gas it would be unbelievable.
No.
He's afraid to rip one, too.
You don't rip one, do you?
Not in front of people.
God, you're so odd, Hawk.
You know, people think it's so unusual. I feel more uncomfortable doing it.
Now he's mad.
And you know, just holding it in than going in a strange place. That would make me 1,000 times more uncomfortable than holding it for a week.
There is nothing strange about a bathroom. It's not a strange place.
But it's not my bathroom. If it was mine and I owned it, and
if you owned the building, like if we bought this, if tomorrow you bought this building, would you be able to go?
It was your bathroom.
And no one else used it ever?
No, people used it. All right, what if you ever have a friend at your house?
Yeah.
Could you use the restroom while he's in the home?
Yeah.
Someone who's not your chick. Could you actually go in and drop mud in your own bathroom, like if you were having a party and you had people over?
Yeah, but I'd have to clean it first. Like after they used it. I'd let them use it, but then I'd have to clean it like right after. I couldn't let it stay at all.
We're talking about you using it.
Yeah,
with people in the house.
Oh, no way. Oh, no.
You couldn't use it. You couldn't use your own bathroom if you had someone over.
Not for mudding. No.
This is not for mudding.
Let me check. Any way we can get a hold of the Horde King tonight, Rory? Because I love the psychological aspect to this.
All right, I'm getting a thumbs up from the control room that we could probably get a hold of the Horde King.
All right, Horde King is at ronfez.net. By the way, if you want to check in with other people who listen to the Ron and Fez show, great community there, ronfez.net, a lot of fun people. We will try to talk to Hawk about this a little bit more. It's very interesting, Hawk.
Well, it just seems normal to me.
I know.
I just can't. I'd rather be uncomfortable by holding it and not get by.
Well, we're not.
Look at Ronnie now. He can't even look at you.
I know.
He's turned to the side to you, and he's like trying to shuffle some papers, and he will have none of this.
All right, we're going to be back. We'll be talking with Ann, who's Hawk's girlfriend.
Yep.
Fiance, right, Hawk?
Girlfriend.
All right. I'm sorry. I thought you were engaged. That's really my mistake.
That's the best.
All right, we'll be right back. You don't want to miss this. It's the Ron and Fez show.
Boy, trying to dissect another psychological layer of the Hawk here tonight.
The Hawk is our producer, and he started telling us the story, Hawk, that you won't use public restrooms, and you've only dropped mud 3 times in your life, anywhere but your own personal bathroom.
Yeah, and those 3 times, it was only because I was violently ill, elementary school, high school, and college, and it was only because I was sick.
And you've taken vacations up to as long as a week and will not use the hotel.
No.
That's true.
No.
That's the part that fascinates me, that he can turn off the mutter for a week.
I don't think that you can do that without damaging your system, though, Fez.
You're just keeping... That's why they call it waste. It's poison in you.
Toxins. Here's Irvin, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, Ron Fez, buddy.
Hey, buddy.
Hey, Hawk.
Yep.
Do you go very regular?
Yeah, when I'm not on vacation or in a strange place every single day, no problem.
11:35.
What I hate is that he's ruined his vacation, Irvin.
Yeah, well, you know, it's really not good for you in a long term of not staying regular and holding that, because like you did say, it is called waste for a reason. When your intestines is where you actually absorb the nutrients out of your food. It's not your stomach. That's what breaks it down. Well, after a given amount of time, you can get this, it's what they call rotten gut syndrome. And especially when you get older, you'll get to where you can't absorb the nutrients out of your food. And, you know, the toxins and toxic
starts to get into your system. Starts to go
and it'll make you
where the
sickly.
foods are supposed to be. All right, thank you very much. So you're effing around with that, Hawk.
So instead of absorbing nutrients, you're just absorbing your own toxins.
Yeah, but if anything, I think it'd be more helpful because my body would absorb more nutrients than, say, the average person that goes like twice.
You've taken all the nutrients there are. There's nothing left but the waste.
No, I think it'll work better. Your whole body would work better, but you'd be absorbing more nutrients. I swear, your intestines aren't perfect, and your stomach isn't perfect.
There is not one thing in the world.
We're not talking about your stomach making mistakes.
There is not one doctor, not one philosophy that tells you to hold it. That's why so many of these Eastern things, they use enemas. They want you to take all that out of your body, and you're putting more and more in. All right, we have your girlfriend on the phone, and you were telling us that it's her birthday today?
Yep, today's her birthday.
Oh, that's nice.
We have the lovely Ann. Ann, you're on the air. How are you?
Great. How about you?
We're doing great tonight. Happy birthday, darling.
Oh, thank you.
Now, you're going down to see your family in Delaware?
Yes.
How many days?
We're heading down there just for the day and night tomorrow, and then we're heading out to Hawks Pocono retreat for the rest of the weekend.
Oh, nice. All right, so you'll be going away for a couple days, and the Hawk tells us he won't be using the restroom at all.
No, I'm sure he won't.
That is so odd. And it actually seems impossible.
Right.
Now, a couple days, no problems. 2, 3, 4 days. 5 days is a little pushing. I have to prepare a little more than normal for that. But I would totally go for it. I mean, it's just something you condition. It's like running a marathon. You condition yourself to do that.
Why would you want to condition yourself when you could just easily use the restroom?
To run a marathon.
No, the consequences of using someone's strange bathroom is way worse than...
What are the consequences? Give me one.
Just in my head. It doesn't feel right.
So there are no consequences, right? Nothing can happen to you.
I'd be very uneasy. I wouldn't sleep. It doesn't seem biologically normal.
So
even though every other human does it. And do you worry about them all with this?
No, I don't worry about him too much. I can actually kind of understand it a little bit. You know, you worry about the water in the bowl splashing back up. I don't have that problem. I don't worry about it, but I can kind of understand where he's coming from.
No, you can go out in the woods.
Why don't you flush as soon as you're going?
Courtesy flush.
Why don't you hover up above? Hover up above the toilet. Anything but hold this in the whole time.
Yeah, but then when you flush it too, all those little micro particles spread 3 or 4 feet from the urinal or the toilet bowl. Ugh.
So the most of this is the hygiene thing.
It's not a hygiene thing.
Because here's the deal now, Hawk. Because it's a psychological thing of I don't want people to know I'm going to the bathroom. Is that part of it?
Yeah, that's part of it, man.
Now you've told your girlfriend knows about this. Everybody knows about this. Your problem's out in the open. Everyone now knows.
We realize that most other mammals go to the bathroom, Hawk, and we include you as part of that. Hey, Ann.
Platypus.
Also, you say you're pee shy as well, right, Hawk?
Yeah.
And what's one of the reasons there?
Well, that I don't know for sure. I just don't want to be judged. I don't want.
Now, how would you be judged?
The size or color.
All right, let's check in with Ann. Ann?
Yeah.
You have been with your boyfriend sexually. Yep. Is he very, very small or somehow discolored?
No, not at all.
Then you're fine, Hawk. Why worry?
Well, that's just from her experiences. I think if a lot of women, I don't know, I just don't want to...
There's not going to be any women in the bathroom with you. And here's the other thing. No one is thinking sexually at that time. It's a bathroom.
Yeah, it makes me so uneasy. It's just... Maybe something happened to me, really, really young,
Touched?
No. 2 or 3, something really traumatic, and it just, from that point on, little baby or toddler.
Maybe you got left in your diapers too long.
Well, I don't have any real memories.
And he also says, if you guys make love, he has to keep the lights off?
Well, yeah.
Is that your choice, too, or is that all the nut boys?
No, I just kind of go with the flow.
Ew.
It's just his preference, definitely.
Any time in the daytime?
Not usually.
You never do it in the daytime.
Well, we're always both at work during the day.
Right.
So.
And at night, well, what about Saturdays or Sundays?
Just the nighttime seems to work a lot better.
Okay, so would he become discouraged during the daytime?
No, it just... Usually the most opportune times are, in the evening.
Yeah, but never keep the lights on?
No, I don't think so. Have we?
No.
How long have you guys been together?
Almost 5 years.
All right, in 5 years, you've never really seen each other naked because it's always dark.
Well, you can see outlines and stuff. There's definitely some visibility, but it's not...
Outlines.
Not bright light.
Some visibility, like they're airline pilots.
Now I'm going to even be more self-conscious. I couldn't even see that.
You didn't know there was any visibility?
Yeah, outline.
All right, let me ask you this. Have you ever taken a shower together?
Yes, oddly enough. But we didn't...
Where, in the pitch black of the bathroom?
It was in down the Jersey Shore.
With your little dink hanging?
It was in an outdoor shower at night.
Oh, at night.
At night, sure.
Perfect.
He found a way around it.
All right, Hawk, have you ever really gotten a good look at her naked in 5 years?
Yeah, I've seen her naked. It's not the naked body that disgusts me, just...
Yours?
It's more people seeing you, I think, is what you're trying to say.
Is that it, Hawk?
Now that I'm saying it out loud, I guess it is.
So you don't want her to see you?
You don't repulse him, man.
Hawk, what about this? Do you guys ever sleep naked after you make love? You just lay down, go to sleep, and then you wake up in the morning and you're naked?
Once or twice, but I mean the blinds are closed, so I don't I don't want the sun coming in and
Then you
waking
just
me
run up with a sheet wrapped around your breast and go running out of the room crying?
Do you walk around without a shirt on?
Yeah, the top half I'm okay with.
Yeah.
The bottom half.
You're fine with your teeters.
Yeah. You got beautiful pups.
At the beach and everything, everyone, that's normal.
Right.
But no one, I could never go to a nude beach. Never, ever.
I didn't say you had to, so don't panic.
Drop mud in front of everyone. Dig a hole.
And is he weird in other ways?
No,
Besides his bathroom habits?
Well, he definitely, he'll never go to the bathroom at my apartment. He'll always, because we live right near each other, so he always runs home when he's going to the bathroom.
Crying?
So he can't even use yours, and he's been probably visiting that apartment for 5 years.
Right. And even like when we go, when we're on road trips and stuff, he won't drink anything for hours and hours before we go, so he won't have to stop or anything on the way home.
That's also a weak bladder, because then if I start to drink, I have to go a lot, and that would...
Then you just go, Hawk. Don't worry. You don't stop holding. You know why you probably have a weak bladder? From holding it in so much.
Yeah, you
But
stretched
he's
it out.
really good at it.
I know, but soon his ass pipe's going to look like an old inner tube. That's what I worry about.
Yeah, I'm convinced some serious damage would have already been done. I totally can heal up within a day or two after waiting. So any permanent damage heals itself, and I think at this point something would have happened that, was going to happen.
Plus, when you're on the road, your body kind of it's not your normal routine, so your body kind of just shuts it down for a little while.
You're an enabler. And you're an enabler. Hold on. Matt wants to bring up a solution for you of some of these germs you're afraid of. Matt, you're on Ron and Fez.
Oh, what's up, buddies?
Say hi to Hawk and say hi to Ann.
Hi, germophobic. Hi, Ann.
Hey, how's it going?
All right. I kind of have the same problem, except for the only difference is if I go to a hotel or something, I would bring like a little thing of alcohol, like rubbing alcohol, and some kind of disinfectant. Where I just pour it on the seat. I don't touch it. I just pour it all over the seat, and I'd get rubber gloves, and I'd wipe it off, and then I'd spray the toilet down, and it kills the germs, so you're perfectly fine.
Yeah.
They clean it. They say, even if it has a little thing around the toilet seat, it's been cleaned.
Yes, how else are they going to get that paper there, Hawk?
Yeah, but...
Take your own scrub and bubbles with you.
I feel most comfortable in my own little room where I know where everything is.
In my room.
Why, you think your dank and ass are going to be somewhere different when you're in the hotel?
But it's all about, letting go and releasing. And I need to be in my perfect setting so that it could happen perfectly.
What happens when your house catches on fire one day?
Oh, God. Jesus.
I know. How long does it take you to use a bathroom once you move into a new place?
Yeah,
actually, I've had problems with that, too, yeah.
Yeah, what's that, your cabin?
Yeah, actually, when I just bought that in the spring, it took me a couple weeks to get used to it. It was really...
What would you do, just go sit and be frustrated?
Yeah, pretty much. I just sit there and I drink a lot of coffee, too. That would help, All right,
let me get this straight. You would go away to your own house on the weekends and not be able to use the bathroom.
Well, originally when I first bought it, it didn't feel like my house or I wasn't familiar with it. I didn't grow
Did you run up and down that spelling until finally you became familiar?
Now, see, I have trouble in the public restrooms, but my own bathroom, that is no big deal. If I move into a new apartment, I consider that cracking the champagne across the bow. I'm christening that baby.
Yeah, but that first week was rough.
If you're worried about germs, why don't you just go with the toilet seat down? Just drop one on the top of it.
On the lid.
Hey, Ann?
Yeah?
I don't see any reason at all that Hawk should be a father. Just to let you know, I'd rather it just stops at this generation.
I know. What's he going to do to those kids?
His kids will be fine, because they'll be fine.
Oh, they're his kids now.
Don't you go. He's screaming at the children. Daddy,
dirty this diaper.
That's
You're
what diapers
filthy.
are made for.
Yeah, but Hawk wouldn't be able to clean them.
That's true.
And whoever he died from a bathroom, I've never heard of any of these germs killing people.
It's never happened. It's never been documented.
I think it's more of a in your mind kind of a thing.
I know he's Howard Hughes without the loot.
Why don't you guys do this? Would you try it with the lights on?
No.
Try having sex with the lights on?
Yeah.
I'm always game.
Yeah, it's not her problem.
Ann's great.
It's my problem.
Hey, Ann, is it always the same way with him?
No.
He gets a little different?
Yes, definitely.
Right, as long as he can be in the dark.
Yes.
Yeah, that's the whole key. I don't want to see any fluids or anything, because then it's just...
What fluids does she have?
Well, Everyone's fluids. Just regular girl fluids.
She has everyone's fluids.
Are you leaking on us, Sam?
Not at all.
With your girl fluids?
Oh, Ronnie, much like that dinosaur in Jurassic Park, she spits out some sort of toxins.
All right, we have our friend from ronfez.net. It's the Horde King.
Oh, good. He'll get to the bottom of this.
We will
literally
indeed get to the bottom of this. Horde King, how are you, my friend?
Hey, guys. Great to talk to you again.
It's terrific to talk to you.
Hello, Your Majesty.
Hi, Fez. Well, Billy was bringing me up to date a little bit.
Yeah.
From what I understand, Hawk has only gone to the bathroom. Let's see, how can we put this color fleet so as not to offend the FCC?
Well, he'll...
Number 2?
Yeah, well, let's do number 2. He's only done that outside of his own bathroom 3 times in his life. He will... he's somewhat pea-shy. You have to be alone for that, Hawk?
Yeah, definitely have to be alone. No one could be around me, and
even when he's taking a week-long vacation, he will not eat or limit his eating so that he won't use the restroom for up to a week. Not even a hotel bathroom can he use.
Well, this immediately then begs the question, what happened the 3 times that he was out of... is Hawk right there, or is he up?
Yeah, he's right here, Doctor.
So, Hawk, what happened those 3 times where you had to actually go? Go?
That was because I was violently ill. Once in elementary school, then in high school, then again in college. And that's the 3 times I've gone in, a public space, mudding.
So by that record, I guess you should stay away from graduate school.
Exactly. That would be a problem for him.
What happens when you start to think about going outside of your own home?
Very uneasy. It's uncomfortable. And it just doesn't feel right.
Are you afraid of germs?
It's kind of a cleanliness thing because I'm a neat guy, but I really just think a person should be alone. It's like evolution. You need to be out away from other people, to be in your own space.
Evolution is not about being a loner.
Well,
and having one bathroom.
In the pea-shyness and the number 2 issue, because you're talking about being alone, which would certainly be the case no matter where you're having a bowel movement.
Right, exactly, even if you're in your own hotel room. Now, also, if it helps, Horde King, he says he will only make love to his beautiful girlfriend if the light off.
And they've been together 5 years.
5 years. Let me ask you, Hawk, do you have any type of issues about your body that you're not satisfied with? Do you feel that you don't measure up in some way?
Well, I just don't want to be judged, and it just makes me uneasy.
Let's take a look at it.
Oh, no. No way.
Is there a specific portion of your body that you feel isn't up to what
yes, the smallest one.
Standard?
Yeah, it's just the lower torso area. I just don't want to compare that to anyone else.
Harking, he can't even say things. When he talked about his little assy, he had to call it back there. Today, and just now, we get lower torso.
Well, Hawk, let me just make one suggestion to you. Right off the bat, you've been together with your girlfriend for 5 years, so obviously there's more to the relationship than just sex. She's still interested in you no matter what's going on down there.
It's true.
So obviously she's not judging you solely on what's going on there. Or perhaps she is. Perhaps you're fantastic and you don't know. You might very well maybe having unrealistic expectations that you're trying to fulfill. And you can't live up to your own expectations when they're not realistic. Most guys that you see in porno movies are not the kind of guys that they don't have the same equipment that the typical guy has. You're not going to measure up to them.
Do you watch pornos, Hawk?
I've seen a few.
Wait a minute. Do you watch pornos, Hawk King?
Of course I watch pornos. For research purposes.
What about the liquids, Hawk, that freak you out?
Yeah, it's just,
Wait, what was that part?
He says he doesn't want to be naked with his, be able to see himself and his girl together because of the liquids, as he puts it.
It's uncomfortable. Why not just keep everything out of sight? Out of sight, out of mind.
What do you do when, all right, let's say you get to the liquid moment.
Yeah.
What do? Do you run away? How do you handle it? Do you start screaming?
No, it just completes and then that's it. I don't go like, ooh, let me see.
I mean, okay.
Where does it go, though, Hawk?
Yeah, what are you doing with it?
Out of me.
Are you leaving it for Ann to deal with?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's all her.
And what do? You just get out of the bed and walk away?
Nope, then she goes and she cleans up, and then it's my turn.
And you lay there in your filth, dirty boy.
Yeah, what he's saying to you, Hawk, is what happens when you run a batch?
Well, I don't look.
Where does it go? Mayonnaise jar, sealed immediately?
Buried under his porch.
I don't know, tissues. Where else would it go?
Well, it goes somewhere, and you clean yourself up with some tissues.
Yeah.
And
for me, it goes on a really stiff Duran Duran T-shirt.
You clean yourself up with some tissues, and then are you comfortable just lying there, or do you have to immediately dispose of the tissues in another room?
Oh, yeah, they get flushed.
Then you sob and you pray. I'm so sorry, Jesus, for what I've done.
Well, Horde King, it works for me, right? So I'm comfortable with it. It's not unusual.
Well, here's the thing. Every time you run a batch, a dog dies. I try to tell you kids that. You're killing puppies.
Gotta believe it. An angel gets its wings ripped off.
Well, I would submit, Hawk, that you talk to your girlfriend, firstly, about what's going on with you guys in the bedroom.
All right, we have her, Ann.
Yeah.
You said that Hawk is fine in the bedroom, right?
Yeah, no, he's great.
And you have no complaints in the bed?
No complaints.
No size complaints? The girth okay?
He's 100% great.
Is he attentive?
So, Hawk,
He's very attentive.
You're hearing right now that your girlfriend is very satisfied with you in the bed.
Yep.
There's no complaints about your body. What are you sensitive about? What are you afraid of being compared to?
I don't know the reason for it. I just know I'm very uneasy with that. Oh, jeez.
Does it give you
What's wrong?
a degree of comfort?
Rod's doing something.
Or security?
No.
What is wrong, Hawk?
Rod's being,
What? I'm sorry, Your Majesty.
I was just curious what was going on there.
You don't want to know.
I just kept, I put my finger out like it was a dink and was scaring him with it. Now, Ann?
You got to get your dink clipped.
If it wasn't wet, it should be okay.
Yeah, because he hates those liquids. Hey, Hawk, do you do oral?
Yeah, with my eyes closed, though.
Why? Might see it?
I thought it's in the dark.
Yeah, I just don't want to see anything. I don't want...
Wait, if you're in the dark, why do you need to have your eyes closed?
Well, it's never 100% dark if you're doing it at, like, dusk. You know, just as the sun's setting.
All right, you don't
Dusk and musk.
There are some people who regard a body and the act of sex as like a sinful or a dirty thing.
Nah, I'm not religious. I think it's something that happened when I was really, really young, and it just works for me, and she accommodates me. It's no problem with her. So
what could have happened when you were munching when you were really, really young?
Hey, Ann, you don't mind that he squints his eyes while performing the oral because he doesn't want to see it?
I think I'm turning Japanese.
No, he's fine. It really doesn't bother me.
God, you got a great chick, Hawk.
Well, I stayed with her 5 years.
You stayed with her. She seems to be the one bending over backwards here.
Yeah,
Ann seems like she'd like to go down some different avenues, and you've got this dark routine that you have to get through.
Well, if you are bending over backwards, just let him know where you are.
That's a good plan.
Just do it with the lights out.
Yeah.
Well, Hawk, it sounds like Ann is a lovely woman, and she's very happy with you. You're happy with her. And maybe the way to start moving away from this, if it's making you at all uncomfortable.
Oh, very uncomfortable.
What is wrong?
To get in a situation where you know is safe, where you have someone who cares about you, where you have someone who knows that, who's comfortable with you and is satisfied with you.
Who's that?
It's not going to give you any grief or any nasty comments. In advance that she likes you and she's happy with you. So
you mean Ann?
I mean Ann. Maybe Billy some days when Ann's not around.
Maybe.
Good one.
Would you like Billy to come in and rub his bare ass on Hawk's back to help him?
Yeah, that might help.
No, Horky, that would
might
not help.
Billy.
This is the nuttiest story I've...
really permanent damage.
Yeah, I'm damaged enough.
You know what I worry about Hawk? Hawk is going to be like that guy who'll end up in Tijuana drinking and miss the Super Bowl because of his weird stress.
Yeah, you're going to be Barrett Robbins. Basket Robbins.
It is stressful because you're really having a very negative body image. Usually we think of women as having this negative image, but guys can have it too. And it seems to me to be pretty apparent that you have something like that going on.
His negative image of himself is sitting on the can.
Well, sitting on the can is part of the overall picture. I mean, the pee shyness is related to insecurity about his penis.
Would you say that? Would you guess that your PUD is below average? Is that what you're worried about? If you had to just say right now.
I just don't want to be judged about it. I guess it's good. I just don't want to...
You want to compare it to the other guys?
Do what I do.
No.
Here's what I do to feel better. I compare it to babies.
Oh, yeah.
I'll just take it out around babies and go, look how much bigger I am.
You know what, Hawk? You don't have to compare it to anyone. You're making your girlfriend happy. That's all that counts.
Yep, she's happy, I'm happy, as long as everything's...
You sit there in the dark like a couple of bats.
Having to go.
That's the problem. The problem is that when you keep on doing this, when you keep on giving in to this fear, you're continuing to foster this negative image.
It's not really a fear. It's more of like a level of comfort. That's what I'm comfortable with. Why do something different that I'm not comfortable with?
Why ever do anything outside your comfort zone?
All right.
Why grow?
One of the
If
ways
it's not
to
a
grow
fear...
is by pushing yourself a little bit.
All right.
And I can tell you that I'm not a medical doctor, but I can tell you that
That's for sure.
going number 2, I think the FCC will be very happy with that.
Yeah, they're fine.
Not going number 2 for a full week. That's got to be very unhealthy.
Hawk, let me ask you this. If it's not a fear, what would happen if suddenly the lights came on in that room?
It'd be traumatic. Probably just close my eyes really tight.
Can't see me. Can't see me.
Well, I think it's more pleasurable that way. You just concentrate on the sensations.
And have you ever expressed interest or desire to do it with the lights on?
To see it?
Yeah, but, it's almost not worth pushing. If he's not comfortable, then I don't want to make him uncomfortable.
But if he were comfortable, would it be something that you would like?
Sure, yeah.
Yeah, but you're happy the way it is.
Yeah, honestly, it really doesn't bother me either way. I'm perfectly happy with our relationship and the way it is.
Me too.
New things are always good, but there's no need to push anything if it's not.
Boy, this is the politest woman I've ever met in my life. Hawk, she wants to do it with the lights on for a change.
But I'm not comfortable. It wouldn't.
She sounds like a really sweet person.
Doesn't she?
And so one day she's going to jump up, put a gun in her mouth, and pull the trigger because Hawk has been so weird.
And although it's so apparent that she's a very caring individual and that she likes you a lot, I think that perhaps in some part of her there may be some type of insecurity that's being generated by you're not wanting to do it with the lights on. Like, what's wrong with me that my boyfriend doesn't want to see me with the lights on?
Are you talking for yourself, or Ann?
No, he's seen me. There's no problem seeing me. It's just, more from his perspective.
Yeah, it's just, why do something you're uncomfortable with? Because then how do you know when to stop? You just keep...
Well, you
keep experimenting, you mean?
To the bathroom when you're away from your own toilet, but it's not healthy to hold it in for a week.
Any of those.
Yeah, but like any damage that is done, it just heals up and you're fine. I mean, if it was nothing permanent or nothing permanent has ever happened. So, and I figured it would have happened by now if it was going to. So, just the way it just works for me.
Hawk would actually be more comfortable with a colostomy bag, where he'd never have to go again. He's the only person in the world that would like one.
All right, he just gave me a note that said I'm engaged to one.
Really?
Well, that's mean, Hawk.
To a colostomy bag. Nice. It's their birthday,
Classy. Happy birthday, Ann.
Thank you.
All right, Ann.
Thank you.
If we get me, you, and Fazan, I think that's enough people to have them Baker acted, isn't it?
Yeah, that's enough signatures. I'm in.
It's enough for what?
We can have them put away for a little while.
Yeah.
A place with lots of light switches, but they're all labeled on.
Right. All right, Hawk. You're a weird guy, but if you're happy with it, Nan's happy with it.
That's exactly it, Ron. It's certainly not a conventional behavior. It's not very disturbing to him, so it's not nearly as serious as if the behavior was disturbing to him. But the carryover is that it might just look like it's limited to the sex or the pee shyness, but it also carries over to the inability to defecate away from home. Oh, I'm sorry.
That one's okay, I think.
2, away from home.
Because no one knows what that means.
There are a whole bunch of related things. And pushing yourself a little bit in one area might open yourself up to growth in other areas as well.
And don't worry, your bung is normal sized.
All right? Open that up to new opportunities.
Find the way I am.
Thank you, Your Majesty.
Okay, thank you very much. You're very helpful.
Guys, you're the greatest.
And give our love to everybody at ronfez.net, okay?
Will do.
Our love and our friendship. All right, we'll see you later.
Bye-bye.
And have a happy birthday, darling.
Thank you so much.
You and the Hawk are off for a couple days?
Yeah, looking forward to
All right, Hawk, have a lot of fun, pal.
Thank you. Have fun holding it in.
That was a lot of fun with the Hawk, Fezzy. I loved hearing all that stuff. I love people's weirdness. I don't care if it's an OCD, any kind of a kink thing, a phobia. I love all that stuff.
The weirdness is absolutely great, especially with Hawk. How long have we known Hawk? We had no idea he could go a week without mudding.
We've had to know him for 2 months, right? He's started with us?
Ronnie, we've known him 3 years.
Jesus.
3 effing years.
Do you know his last name?
Hawk.
Do you really know him?
No, I have no idea what his last name is.
I don't know his last name, and then last night I just found out that his name was Peter.
Right.
When we went to get our tags for this place.
When we got our security, and I guess apparently they won't go with the name Hawk on a security card.
I guess his last name is Hawk.
I'm sure it's Mustarif or something like that.
All right, the Hawk being kind of given a bill of health there by the Horde King, other than the fact he's saying he's mentally not in trouble, but physically could be in trouble for his weird stuff.
Yeah, the fact that he's just keeping the mud in completely for weeks at a time.
And we were talking off air. He says he's never, in the 5 years he's been with his girl, he has never seen her poon, just glanced at it, but won't look directly at it like it's the sun.
It's an eclipse, Ronnie. He's not going to look directly into it. To look at her poon, Ronnie, he has to get one of those shoe boxes and poke a hole in it and put a mirror in and look at it that way.
It could burn out the retina.
Yes. He could go blind looking at that.
I don't want to keep talking to him about it, but it is weird. All right, let's
Especially
just
on her birthday.
But you know what? She's a great chick. She's like, whatever.
I know she puts up with all of it. Isn't that amazing?
But, you think girls would go, you think my C is ugly? My C is beautiful. You've never looked directly into her poon?
No. I mean, I've caught a glance here or there, but I've never actually, purposely done it for that purpose of seeing it, looking at it.
When you're in the dark, are you imagining anything, or your mind just totally blank?
Just blank, just concentrating on, sensations and feelings.
He's in one of those isolation chambers, deprivation chambers.
You ever fantasize about women?
Oh, yeah.
But they have poons.
Yeah, but...
You fantasize about being with them in the dark. It shouldn't even matter to you what kind of girl you go out with if you don't ever want to see her.
He fantasizes about not seeing Jennifer Aniston's poon.
He fantasizes... I
don't understand it.
He fantasizes about being blind.
Well, everything up close is basically a woman is a woman, so when you don't want to...
Didn't Shania Twain sing that at the Super Bowl?
Man, I feel like a woman.
I just like the whole package together, not any one particular body part, and I don't want to stare at anyone.
Not even the teeter?
No, I like those. Yeah, I'll look at those.
You'll look at those?
Because nothing...
The ace?
Yeah.
All right, so it's the poon that scares you.
It's not so much a fear, it's just that I don't like the gritty details of sex, All right,
let me ask you this. I thought we...
I've had a lot of sex, none of it's been gritty.
Let me ask you this, and I hate to keep going back into your skull here, but if you don't look at the body parts, what attracts you to a woman?
Oh, the whole person.
Whole. That's what I was saying. I'm attracted
at the hole.
I'm attracted to the hole myself.
He's taking it to the hole.
My personal thing is get to them right up there, pat them together.
The legs and everything. Oh, geez, that.
What about the sound?
Oh no.
You're gnarled by that?
Yeah, it's too biological. It's too reality. It's too.
Can you look directly at roast beef?
Yeah.
Thinly sliced roast beef.
Dry. Well done.
Right, there he is.
All right, thanks.
How are you? Can you have any problem eating together? you ever eat off the same plate together?
No.
That freaks you out?
Yeah, she eats with her mouth open, so I don't want.
You don't even like to look at her?
Well,
Another hole you can't look into.
None of the holes.
It's just too.
He hates Courtney Love.
It's all biological and pretty and organic. Organic's the right word.
You would like to be a shiny toaster just sitting up on the wall.
Everything was more clean cut and efficient, and no liquids and.
Howard Stern, Don and Mike, Bill O'Reilly, Ron and Fez, and the Washington Redskins. 106.7 WJFK.